I think what's interesting about like Paloma Diamond or just a lot of the videos you make is that it feels like it captures what I would consider American culture. I mean, award show, like it was Oscar culture.
Yeah.
And you have to like, I mean, do you feel like you got to, you just spent so much time taking in American media that you understood like what was weird or amusing about it? Or do you think because you're not American that you got to see it from a different angle that maybe we didn't fully see it in being immersed in it? Like, it's just so interesting that that's the thing that you parodied.
Well, when I was growing up in Hong Kong, they played it on TV, like on the local like TV station.
Yeah.
And I think it was like when I was there, I don't know. I think it was in January. So we were still off school because it's in early January. So we're still off school.
Uh-huh.
So we got to see it in, oh wait, no, that's the Golden Globes. I'm getting confused.
It's all this. It all blends together.
But you know, like for example, for the Golden Globes, that was done in, that's always done in early January. So I was always home alone. My parents were at work.
Yeah.
And in Hong Kong, they would play it live, which would not be at night. It would be in the morning.
Oh.
So I'd flick on TV and the award show would be in the morning. And, you know, and then I also was a big fan of like the Oscars. I didn't really sit through most of the Oscar shows, although I did sit through the last one. But I don't know. I find it fascinating because I think everyone kind of tunes in. Not everyone, but a lot of people really tune in for it, and it's
still a big cultural moment, even though it's faded, and even though like it's been rough. The last couple, I don't know. It feels like the Housewives, they haven't figured out quite who's the right host. I'm excited to see Nikki Glaser do it. I wish John Mulaney would do it. I did not like the Golden Globes.
What's Nikki Glaser?
Or I did not like the Emmy. And Nikki Glaser, I think she's doing the next Golden Globes.
I just saw that. I think Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are hosting the Oscars.
You gotta get a comedian.
I really loved like old school when they did it 3 years in a row. Amy Poehler and Tina Fey.
Old school. I love that. That's old school.
No, because they did it again.
No,
Yeah.
They're
That's
great.
what, but I like the first 3 years when they did it. It was
great.
so funny.
For me, but it's so rare. They both did Weekend Updates, so like they definitely did like stand-up-y stuff. They were excellent.
Yes.
But in general, it's like where they got who were the two guys from the Canadians for the last one for the Emmys.
Oh God,
Eugene Levy. No,
Eugene Levy and his son
Dan Levy.
Dan Levy. I'm like, for me, it's bad. It's bad. They're just not comics. So they had like their jokes were not up to snuff.
How bad was the last Golden Globes one though? The Joe Coy one.
I mean,
That
disaster.
one was really
disaster.
bad.
And it makes, I think it's so frustrating because it's like, it makes stand-up comedians look bad. And it's just like, if you got Mulaney, it would be a fucking, it's gotta tune in. It's not just like their abilities, but I also think if you're a stand-up comic for that long, they know what writers to lean on. They have their own crew. I promise when John Mulaney goes to write something, he's got 10 of the best fucking comics in that writer's room. So it's lost the magic for me. I liked Billy Crystal back in the day. Chris Rock was great. But now they get a lot of the late night hosts too. They get like a Jimmy Kimmel, and Jimmy Kimmel is just doing what he does on late night every night. It's not special. Do you remember like when you were younger being fascinated by any of the actresses, or like who did you stan over? Because I feel like all these characters that you do, there's such a capturing of like an actress. And the different ways that they present themselves at award shows.
I think what was an inspiration was everyone, particularly for the Oscars, because it's the big one. You know, it's the big Hollywood one, and it's always at the very end of award season. I was really fascinated by these people, like the public, that always go, "Oh, they deserve it. They need to win this time."
Yes.
They need like for a long time. I think it was Leo DiCaprio.
Sure.
Everyone was like, he deserves it. He deserves it. Give it to him this time. And I think Glenn Close is a big inspiration for Paloma because Glenn Close hasn't won one yet. I don't believe she has.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like,
Did she
Glenn
not win
Close.
Did she win a supporting?
I thought you. I don't know.
I do think it's frustrating where it's like,
Glenn Close winning an Oscar though?
I do think it's frustrating when people win. at least for the Emmys, where like a comedy will get it 7 years in a row, and you just go like, well, it's no fun. I think you should be able to win once for a role, and that's all you get for that role. You don't need 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
you don't need
for
5
Emmys,
for Emmys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that
Glenn Close has
string,
never won an
remember
Oscar.
that string of like all those years that Alec Baldwin won for Best Actor in 30 Rock and
he's excellent,
Steve
but it
Carell
just
never won. And you're
Steve
like,
Carell never
that's
won,
crazy.
and it just becomes it's so trendy. Everyone always gets mad at the award shows, and then you're like, well, ask who the governing body is, and it's like the most fucked up, weird system of random. So when people get upset about award shows, I just go, it's your job to not care. For you to care once every year, and you're not dealing with the governing, it's never going to be what you want it to be.
I did Paloma for a while. Like I had this whole thing that, she'd been nominated for an Oscar, 18 times, but she'd never won. And I thought I made that up because I thought 18 was such
Crazy number.
such a crazy number.
Yeah.
Until my American friend was just like, oh, she's Susan Lucci. And I was like, who's that?
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't know who that was because I don't watch daytime soaps. Apparently there's this thing called the Daytime Emmys. And I was like, oh, wait, I've got to do some research. It is the best video in the world.
What is it?
Go to YouTube and
Yeah, we'll
type
play
in Susan Lucci Emmy, finally wins. She was
finally
nominated.
wins.
She was nominated for an Emmy Award 18 times
Oh
for
my God.
best actress
Can
or
you
something.
play it on YouTube?
And she won on her 19th time. And it is like everyone.
Oh, no. Next one. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Let's see it.
It is. It's my favorite
The
thing.
outstanding diva is... The streak is over, Susan Lucci!
Like everyone was rooting for her. And when Paloma wins, it's going to be like that.
Susan Lucci originated the role of Erica Kane on
Well, I don't know if she'll ever
when
win.
the show premiered in 1970. This is her first win in 19
But like
nominations.
everyone's crying. Everyone's like, oh, you deserve it. And she's just standing there going like, oh, it's amazing.
It's got to be tough if you're another actor who thought you deserved it that year. Okay. I think you should, like, in the can, do one of Paloma Diamond winning, and if you ever die, then it's released.
Oh, God, that's so morbid.
That it really is a good idea, though, John.
Didn't Mr. Beast do that recently where like I saw him puberty
Die?
or whatever? No. No, didn't he have this thing where he has all of these videos that if he dies early, they will get released.
Oh, like a musician,
later.
like
Yeah,
Prince
yeah.
or, yeah.
Okay, so I want to try something.
Uh-huh.
So I want, when you are nominated for something someday,
Uh-huh.
I want you to do, I'm going to say, that you didn't win.
Uh-huh.
And I want to know, like, what is your face as I say your name? The camera's kind to you, and then what do you say when you lose? And did you just be what you would do normally?
What do I have
like?
to
What do you
s-
think
who
you're
do I
gonna
have to say it to?
No, you don't have to say anything, but the camera's gonna be on
Okay.
you. What kind of attitude do you show?
All right.
Okay, so first, and the nominees for Best Josh Gad Understudy: Russell Daniels for Gutenberg.
Oh, he's doing that. He's doing the fist bump.
Oh God,
That's very like generational. That's like usually guys in their 50s and 60s. They're like,
Yeah, okay. No,
Yeah, that's
do a
probably one of the
little bit of
nominations
that.
coming. And oh God, what else? Josh? And the winner for Best Understudy for Josh Gad, Stephen Badamucci for Book of Mormon. Okay,
just like
okay.
a fun, fuck it. Who cares?
Okay.
You could rip the thing. You could rip your speech. You could
Okay,
have
well,
the speech.
I just roll my eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, so now do
I want more people to play into it. Do you know what I mean? Like in real life, I think it'd be fun for people to
to be a bit.
to do like a bit, like when you lose,
It's sometimes, but it's a delicate bit. If you go too far, all right, let me try it. I want to do it. I want it for real.
Okay.
All right, so go, Russell.
Best stand-up comedian, Gianmarco Soresi. Oh, that is real. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
And the winner is Caroline Ray.
Okay.
Shout
Can
out
you
to
do
That's
what
nice.
your real
Kale
one
and
would be?
Like Paloma.
No, you.
No,
Oh,
you.
me.
You. I want to know you. Okay.
I would just probably do what everybody else does.
All right, I'll do it. The nominees for best man impersonating woman on TikTok: Julian Sewell.
Wait, is this the nominee? Is
The
this,
nomination.
This
First,
is
the
the
first one.
nominee.
First, the first
nomination.
one.
Okay.
And the best man playing a woman on TikTok nominee is Julian Sewell.
Okay. A little
Okay.
wave.
And the winner for best man playing a woman on TikTok from Australia, Nick White.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, none of us chose gratitude.
You're listening to The Downside
The Downside.
with Gianmarco Soresi.